Good Friday evening and welcome to the Ncwlife Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window and a gorgeous shot from our jump-off ridge Sky-Fi Tower cam overlooking the Wenatchee Valley. And in the middle of your screen there is Wenatchee Heights. That's where we have our cross camera. This is just a little bit farther back, but what a beautiful shot of the clouds around the area today ahead of a storm system that's moving in tomorrow that will be around throughout the weekend. And we'll talk more about that a little bit later on. But let's first give you an update on what's happening down in the southeastern part of the country. Here's the current situation with Hurricane Florence. Right now, a Category 1 hurricane with winds 75 miles an hour, gusting to around 100 miles an hour. Here we go on Saturday. It takes a little bit of a southwesterly turn before on Sunday it moves inland a little bit, dumping heavy amounts of rain. Some places could see 25 to 35 inches of rain. And then by Monday, yeah, it's heading north. So West Virginia, Maryland will see heavy amounts of rain before it continues its northern trek into the northeast by the middle of next week. So a very serious situation down that way. We'll have your complete local forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An 18-year-old Quincy man was killed after walking into the path of a semi-truck Thursday afternoon on Highway 281 near Quincy. We'll have an update on the status of area wildfires, and gray wolves would be removed from the federal endangered species list if legislation co-sponsored by 4th District Congressman Dan Newhouse passes. But first, we begin tonight. Continuing friction among Wenatchee school board members is apparently causing problems in the search for a new superintendent. Ncwlife's Steve Hare reports.
Two board members are seeking a delay in the hiring of a new superintendent while the board works to, in their words, stabilize and members can collectively work together on the hiring process. They suggest an interim superintendent be appointed while issues are worked out. Now, the board is scheduled to interview 4 firms Monday before selecting one to conduct a search for a new superintendent. Brian Flonis announced earlier this year he was retiring from the post. Board members Laura Jakes and Walter Newman signed a letter calling for the delay, alleging other board members have, quote, overstepped their bounds, end quote, and had inappropriate communications regarding district matters. Jakes read the letter at the board's meeting this week. Citing public records obtained by high school teacher Brian Higgins, the letter alleges board president Michelle Sandberg used her personal email account to communicate with another board member and members of the public about district business. Now, Ncwlife reached out to Sandberg, who says she is preparing a statement to be read at the next regular board meeting in direct response to Jake's allegations. Now, it revives concerns raised by Jakes in April about Sandberg and other board members allegedly violating board policies. Sandberg, Sonny Hemphill, and Sarah Knox were elected to the 5-member board last year and almost immediately amended a board policy that prevented newly elected members from being appointed board officers. Now, the 3 then appointed Sandberg as president and Knox as vice president, which Jakes and Newman opposed. In his email to the board, Higgins cited board email exchanges on private accounts as cause for concern about, in his words, a perceived lack of transparency. Steve Hare, Ncwlife News.
An 18-year-old Quincy man was killed after walking into the path of a semi-truck Thursday afternoon on Highway 281 near Quincy. Traffic on the highway was temporarily closed and the man, Edward Garcia, was initially taken to Quincy Valley Hospital. Quincy police report he then died while in flight to a hospital in Spokane. Both Garcia and the semi were traveling southbound on 281 when Garcia suddenly walked into the path of the vehicle and was struck. The driver was not injured or cited in that accident. Quincy Police Captain Ryan Green said Garcia suffered from mental health issues. An update tonight now on area wildfires. The Cougar Creek fire burning near Entiat and Plain is 79% contained and has burned 42,712 acres. Work today concentrated on the contingency lines south of the fire. Those are along Mosquito Ridge and north on the Shady Pass Road near Crescent Hill. Additional light rain showers fell across the fire on Wednesday. This moisture, combined with continuing cool temperatures and high relative humidity, has had a dampening effect on fire behavior. The light fuels, needles, and small twigs that are major elements of fire movement are also damp, and the good news is more rain is on the way. Meanwhile, the Iron East fire on Blewett Pass stands at 150 acres and is 50% contained. 300 fire personnel are working the fire, burning 12 miles northeast of Cle Elum. Crews today are mopping up and patrolling fire lines with an emphasis on the northeast corner of the fire near structures. Well, gray wolves would be removed from the federal endangered species list if legislation co-sponsored by 4th District Congressman Dan Newhouse passes. Newhouse and Wisconsin Congressman Sean Duffy introduced legislation with bipartisan support that would return management of gray wolves to state control. Management of these gray wolves were transferred from the state to the federal level back in 2014. Newhouse says the designations leave farmers and ranchers without a legal avenue to protect their livestock from wolves. There are currently 10 confirmed wolf packs in Washington state, with most of the animals located in the northeast part of Washington. Well, coming up next, the Wooden Avenue Bridge in Chelan is already reopened to vehicle traffic 2 weeks ahead of schedule. The Methow Valley State Airport in Winthrop has received a $1.1 million federal grant that ensures it will continue to serve as the North Cascades Smoke Jumper Base. Rivercom Emergency Dispatch Center is searching for a new director following this week's announcement by Jim Fossey that he intends to retire next year. And one of the biggest loads ever to be transported on our state highways will be on the move through the gorge starting Monday night. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the Ncwlife Evening News.
Sir, I pulled you over today to ask you one thing. Is it true that Apple Valley Honda has a free lifetime warranty on every new Honda?
Officer, I'm glad you asked. Our lifetime warranty comes free on all of our new Hondas. That means you won't have to pay a dime for any major expenses. That could save you thousands. And no, you do not have to service with us. It's a great peace of mind, officer.
Wow, my wife and I have wanted the new Accord. We'll see you this weekend.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with Carrier, manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back. In another news, the Wooden Avenue Bridge in Chelan is already reopened to vehicle traffic 2 weeks ahead of schedule. The bridge project, which began on September 4th, was supposed to close the bridge to vehicle traffic, as I mentioned, for 2 weeks. The bridge will operate as a one-way road next week, so Selland construction crews can continue construction on the opposite side of the bridge. The next phase of construction on that project involves the installation of pipe hangers and water main pipes under the bridge. Construction will take a break in November and resume again next May. Well, the Methow Valley State Airport in Winthrop has received $1.1 million federal grant that will ensure it will continue to serve as the North Cascades Smoke Jumper Base. U.S. Representative Dan Newhouse made that announcement yesterday. The U.S. Department of Transportation grant will fund the final phase of apron expansion, completing a project Newhouse said is vital to keeping the Smoke Jumper Base in Winthrop. Back in May, the airport was closed for a $5 million runway repaving project. In 2017, the U.S. Forest Service considered moving the smoke jumper base to Pangborn Memorial Airport in East Wenatchee, but an analysis determined keeping it in Winthrop was the best option. The analysis was dependent, however, on funding for airport improvements. Well, Rivercom Emergency Dispatch Center is searching for a new director following this week's announcement by Jim Fossey that he intends to retire next year. The 65-year-old was hired 6 years ago after he left the Seattle Fire Department. He told the Wenatchee World that it seemed like a good time to step away. He said he plans to stay in the Wenatchee area and intends to spend more time with his family. The Rivercom Governing Board will advertise the job opening and has reportedly decided to conduct a search of potential candidates without paying for a consulting firm. The position is posted on the website careerarc.com. The salary is listed between $104,000 and $115,000. Well, one of the biggest loads ever to be transported over our state highways will be on the move through the gorge starting Monday night, September 17th. Omega Morgan of Portland will be moving a windmill transformer from the site of City of Roosevelt to the Golden Dale Wind Farms Rock Creek substation, with the entire load weighing just over 1 million pounds and the entire load measuring 360 feet long and 21 feet tall. It will involve overnight closures on State Route 14 and US 97 over a 2-night span. You're watching the Ncwlife Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come on the Ncwlife Evening News. Stay with us.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities, providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hello, and what is up? Welcome to Career Shift Business Edition. I've got 3 choices: certificate, associates, and bachelor's. I'm going associates. And I'm enrolled. Stay alert, this game moves pretty fast. Whoa, exams almost did me in. I'm back on track and picking up speed. And I'm in the home stretch. Degree complete, and I'm ready to go to work. Charter helped me make that career shift. Your turn.
And now it's a sports update on the Ncwlife channel.
And a happy finally Friday. Eastmont Wildcats hosted Ike Cadets in Big 9 soccer last night in East Wenatchee, and the Wildcats defended the home pitch with a 2-0 win on goals by Kiana Carson and Carissa Miller. I was alongside Matt Wiesen with a call here on the Ncwlife channel.
Handling the camera duties on the track. Here's a good opportunity for Eastmont. The left-footed kick is in. Give the goal first of the game to Kiana Carson, and Eastmont takes a 1-0 lead. Off of Pitharoulis. And there's a beautiful toss ahead. On the attack, Carissa Miller with the left-footed crosser. Oh, just off the mark. And then a bullet pass ahead, and here's Abumano. Left foot, just off the mark to the right side. Here in the second half, the first half, she was just booting them high and deep. Now she stayed low, and this one is in for Eastmont from way outside. 17 yards away for the Wildcats. Wildcats and give them a goal, and finally they find the back of the net. We talked about the fact that eventually it would go in, and this time it's in for Carissa Miller. Well, I've got you for 23 shots on goal. This could have been much worse tonight, but well, not for a lack of effort on trying to get that goal in the net.
I know. Guess what we're working on at practice tomorrow? We're going to do some finishing drills. No, the girls looked good. We got a little complacent there about halfway through the first, but had a good talk at half, and they came back and, yeah, finished strong.
So the Wildcats improved to 2-0 in Big 9 play with a victory. Wenatchee also improving to 2-0 with a 3-0 win at Davis. Madison Smith, Jaden Griggs, and Amanda Schneider for the second consecutive game, providing the scoring for the Panthers. On the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard in volleyball last night, Ellensburg shut out Eastmont 3-0. Chelan took care of Zilla 3-0, and Waterville-Mansfield found the travel to Lake Roosevelt tough, falling to the Raiders 3-0. Our featured game of the week in prep football tonight, Eastmont and Ellensburg. We've got it live for you here on the NCW Life channel. Wildcats 2-0 so far this season. Bulldogs 0-1 had their game last Friday canceled due to lightning. Eastmont coach Michael Don says he's been very impressed with his defense so far, having allowed just 7 points in 2 games.
I feel good about our kids right now. They put a lot of work in the last few years, and this last offseason they've been really dedicated, and you're starting to see it come out. And I don't think we've played our best football yet, but you can definitely see glimpses and see what we're capable of.
So no big heads so far. I mean, only 2 games in. You know, if you go back to last season, we talked about that with the consecutive win streak. You guys are still humble?
Yeah, we just try not to worry about what we've accomplished already. We're trying to look forward and keep getting better. And our kids haven't really talked about it. I don't even know if our kids know we've won 7 games in a row. They're just worried about now.
Coach Don will be facing his former mentor in Ellensburg and Coach Randy Affolter. Michael says no comparison between then and now looking at the Bulldogs.
When I was there, he was spread 4 wide, and his son was the quarterback, and they were spraying the ball all over the place, throwing it 30 times a game. Now they're in I formation, and they're pounding the ball, and then they're 4-3 defense back then, and that was a long time ago, but that was probably over 10 years ago now, and now they're in a 52-3-4 defense, and you know, they're just doing different things, but you know, no advantage, but it's good to play against people that you know.
Eastmont Junior captain Wesley McElwain says the winning has felt good, especially the way the defense has been playing.
It feels good. I mean, we're doing exactly what we wanted to do. I mean, not every game's going to be like that, but we could continue to streak as long as possible.
Does it mean anything to you or to this club that you've won 7 straight going back to last year, or is it just, hey, we got to play again this week?
I mean, yeah, it means a lot, but our coaches always say 1-0 every week, just restart and keep getting the dub, so that's what matters to us.
We'll have more of the conversation in our pregame show tonight with Wesley and Coach Don. Starts at 6:45 right here on the NCW Life channel. I'll be joined by Grant Olson with the play-by-play. Eastmont hosting Ellensburg. Taking a look at what else is happening under area lights on Friday night tonight. Wenatchee also home tonight, looking for its first win of the season against Mount Boucherie out of Kelowna, BC. Cashmere's on the road at Wapato. Cascades in the west side at Mount Baker. Chelan plays host to South Woodby. Manson's at Liberty Christian, and Waterville-Mansfield travels to Odessa. All games kick off at 7 o'clock. A lone game tomorrow. Entiat plays at Elmira Cooley Heartline at 5 o'clock. Coming up this weekend in prep soccer. First of all, Chelan plays at Brewster tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Cashmere is in Moses Lake. Cascade hosts Overlake. Eastmont at Lewis and Clark. All those games start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Huge volleyball tournament taking place tomorrow in Yakima. Cascade, Chelan, Eastmont, and Entiat playing at the Sundome Volleyball Festival. Gets underway tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Several invitational cross-country meets have teams scrambling throughout the state tomorrow. Cascade is at the South Woodby Invite at 10 a.m. Cashmere and Eastmont are at Highline for the Apple Ridge Invite at 11. Wenatchee's at Stillicum for their invite also at 11 o'clock, and Manson hosts Tedasket and Omak tomorrow at 11 a.m. Wenatchee Valley Rams are in Utah tomorrow for the national semifinals of semi-pro football. They'll take on the 10-2 Wasatch Revolution of the Southwest Football League. Wenatchee champions of the Western Washington Football Alliance coming in with an 11-0 record. Kickoff at the Spence Eccles Sports Complex in Ogden, Utah, set for tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Wenatchee Wild continue the beginning of the BCHS schedule on the road this weekend. After starting off with a couple of wins last weekend, the Wild will play at Merritt against the Centennials tonight. Then tomorrow, Wenatchee travels to West Kelowna to take on the Warriors at 7 o'clock. Also, quickly on the college gridiron this weekend, Central Washington plays host to Humboldt State tomorrow in Ellensburg at 4 o'clock. Washington State hosts Eastern Washington at 5. Then at 7, Washington at Utah. That's sports. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. The 6th annual Color Rush Fun Run is this Sunday morning along Wenatchee's riverfront. Ncwlife's Dan Kuntz has a preview.
It's not often that people are encouraged to make a big mess all over the streets of Wenatchee, but Color Rush is an exception, and a fun one at that. Over 400 folks from all over the valley are expected to take part Sunday morning, running, walking, strolling, and sauntering along the 5K route. Along the way, participants go through 5 different blast zones, each featuring a different color: red, blue, yellow, green, and purple. By the time they cross the finish line, the runners are awash in color that will awash away. The powdery substance is actually made out of cornstarch. At the end of the run, everybody gets a couple of color packets that are thrown in the air in a kaleidoscope of color. Color Rush is the primary fundraiser for Youth United, a program run by the United Way of North Central Washington that promotes and rewards volunteerism for kids in Chelan, Douglas, and Okanagan County schools. It's not too late to sign up. You can go to colorwenatchee.com to register. Check-in at the Pybus Public Market is at 7 Sunday morning, and the run itself starts at 8. I'm Dan Kuntz for NCW Life News.
Looks like fun. We'll be back with the recap of some of our top stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas, and introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Entiat. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCW Life, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. An 18-year-old Quincy man was killed after walking into the path of a semi-truck Thursday afternoon on Highway 281 near Quincy. Traffic on the highway was temporarily closed, and the man, Edward Garcia, was initially taken to Quincy Valley Hospital. Quincy police report he then died while in flight to a hospital in Spokane. Both Garcia and the semi were traveling southbound on 281 when Garcia suddenly walked into the path of the vehicle and was struck. The driver was not injured or cited in the accident. Quincy Police Captain Ryan Green said Garcia suffered from mental health issues. An update now on area wildfires. The Cougar Creek fire burning near Entiat and Plain is 79% contained and has burned 42,712 acres. Work today concentrated on the contingency line south of the fire. That's where along Mosquito Ridge and the north side on the north of the Shady Pass Road near Crescent Hill. Additional light rain showers fell across the fire on Wednesday. This moisture, combined with continued cool temperatures and high relative humidity, has had a dampening effect on fire behavior. The light fuels, needles, and small twigs that are major elements of fire movement are also damp. And the good news is more rain is on the way. Meanwhile, the Iron East fire on Blewett Pass stands at 150 acres and is 50% contained. 300 fire personnel are working the fire burning 12 miles northeast of Cle Elum. Crews today are mopping up and patrolling fire lines with an emphasis on the northeast corner of the fire near structures. Well, the Wooden Avenue Bridge in Chelan is already reopened to vehicle traffic. The bridge project, which began on September 4th, was supposed to close the bridge to vehicle traffic for 2 weeks. The bridge will operate as a one-way road next week, so Selland construction crews can continue construction on the opposite side of the bridge. The next phase of construction on that project involves the installation of pipe hangers and water main pipes under the bridge. Construction will take a break in November and resume again next May. Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. But before we get to the details of that, let's take a look at what shaped up as far as our weather almanac today. And it was a beautiful day today, wasn't it? Temperatures on the mild side out there. We saw highs today of 68 degrees. Low temperature this morning was a bit cool at 49. Our normal high is 77, so we were below that. 53 is our normal low temperature. 93, it was a hot one. The second day in a row now we've seen records from 2013. Our record 93 today. 41, our record low set back in 1986. No new precipitation. That will change as we talk again next week. Sunrise 6:37 this morning, and the sun will set tonight at 7:15. We're losing about 3 minutes of sunlight a day so far, and it's continuing to add up. We'll talk more about that too. But first, let's take a look at what we can expect weather-wise as we head into our upcoming weekend. Yeah, rainy. Tomorrow we'll see mostly cloudy skies, about a 20 to 30% chance of scattered showers here in the Wenatchee area. A cold front as well as a large area of low pressure moving through, so we'll see some cool temperatures as well. And then Sunday, cloudy. We'll see cool temperatures only in the mid-60s with a 50% chance of rain. I think Sunday could be one of those days where we wake up to some rain showers and then it just continues off and on throughout the day. But then things begin to change once again for the better on Monday. We'll see mostly sunny skies, warmer temperatures, and light winds on Monday. And keep an eye on our isobaric lines of pressure on our map. They begin to form a high-pressure ridge. You can see it bowing up over Washington State, and that means nice weather. Mostly sunny and mild once again for Tuesday, and that will continue even beyond Tuesday into Wednesday, where we'll see sunny conditions. Temperatures mainly in the 60s and low 70s throughout the area, and we'll stay that way right through the end of the week. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Get ready for some cold overnight lows. 52 overnight tonight with some light wind overnight. Mostly cloudy, a 20% chance of showers on Saturday, and 69. 50% chance for rain on Sunday and only about 66 for our high. But look at those temperatures Monday through Thursday. We'll see mostly sunny to sunny skies in those 4 days with high temperatures in the low 70s with lows in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. Boy, that looks nice next week. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Lake Chelan Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course, mailboxes. Chelan Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
Walk and Roll Wenatchee's Asian Express is fast, fresh food. Wenatchee Roll's new Poke Hawaiian Fresh Salad Bar is the best. Fresh greens, fresh seafood, and hand-made sauces. You know what you want. At Walk and Roll, create your own style meal. Hot off-the-line chicken, beef, and veggie plates. Lunch or dinner to match your appetite. Fresh sushi, hot entrees, Poke Fresh Salad Bar. It's new. It's Walk and Roll Wenatchee fast, fresh food your way. Located on 5th and Mission.